Hey guys, happy Venus Day. Today we're doing a long form, well, we're doing a spell. This is inspired by our Selkie oil, which was a sort of exclusive. This was an exclusive of a couple years ago, and she's made her rounds back every so often. I love Miss Selkie. There was a cologne and a perfume oil is actually crazy. There technically is a perfume that's off of this, is jasmine. There's a cologne and an oil of this. We went to go see the seals or sea lions in La Jolla a couple days ago, and I just literally for an hour and a half sat there and watched them and was like, they are Selkies. There's a whole lore thing around Selkies, which we could talk about another day because I'll get into it. But they are shapeshifters. It's good for shedding old skin. This one's also a Beauty and Glamour oil. We're going to be doing a transformation kind of change, shedding old, allowing new things in, but it is a glamour. This is why we have a mirror here. This is my favorite glamour. Well, this is my enchanted glamour mirror. Lots of people don't like using mirrors in magic because they're scared because they can be portals. But if you do use them the correct way, I feel like they're great. You can use them for a lot of juicy things. So we have quite a few things around me. For me, we're going to be, like I said, when you are doing spells that I show you, you can take, like I said, it's crazy. I didn't say anything yet, but I've said it earlier in a different video. It's not the same one.
Pretend this is their first time.
This is their first time. So it is, right? This is their first YouTube.
I'm going to grab the other camera. Keep going. You're good.
I just was looking up at Walda. So with these kind of spells, you can take this as like a base of what the spell would be and then make it your own. So while we're going to shed old skin, for me, it might be something specific that I'm looking for shedding and then bringing in a new thing. For you, obviously, it might be a little bit different. So that's totally fine. The herbs that I have here are pretty broad for this kind of spell. I mean, it's broad, but also very pointed, if that helps. But if you're looking for more like strength or leadership, if you're looking for, if you're feeling a little bit insecure, you need to shed that. I would do different herbs within this blend and kind of, you know, take what you will. We do have a portion where we're going to be writing a petition. So that's where you want to get super, super specific. And then obviously the base of this spell is going to be this Selkie oil, which you can get on my website or TikTok shop right now. We have it on TikTok. So I have my notes over here because I like to take spell notes to know what I'm doing. I like to write down my actual spell that I have written for this. I haven't written down, and then kind of just like things that I want to remember, because when I get into a ritual space, I just don't want to mistake the words that I first were writing when I wrote this down. So this can be found on my Patreon if you are looking for the actual spell to chant over this. If not, make your own. That's really fine. So for elements of what we have today is a cologne. I crafted this one specifically for the things that I'm looking to shed. We do have a Selkie cologne. It's not on the website right now, but you can get it. Just email us. I do have a mirror. If you want to take this herbal blend and to change it into a bath or something, dress a candle. This is why I do have a goddess candle over here. Dress a candle and burn it, you can. Anything you'd like to do, make a spell jar, anything you want to do is fine. If you don't want to use mirrors, that's fine. But I am going to use a mirror. I have a couple different things. I have a hagstone here, which I love for my spirituality. They're great for warding off. I have videos on, I could just talk about them forever. I have a lot of videos for hagstones. We have her, she's gonna be holding my jasmine. We do have Aphrodite here. It's Venus Day, Aphrodite's Day. A cinnamon broom. I couldn't find a bowl, so we're gonna use this like shallow little glass dish as my bowl. And then we have, obviously, we do have the Selkie oil, which is gonna be the base of this. I already put this on my hair when I was getting ready. We have that. I have 3 aquamarine chunks here. I do have a little shark. This is a pink opal shark, but if you just had pink opal or any type of like, I'm doing this very sea inspired because Selkies are of the ocean, and I just love the ocean. Any type of like, if I had starfish or anything like anything that you can get from the ocean, or crystals that revolve around or would dwell in or represent ocean type of energy, pull that in. I have, ooh, hello. You're good. When I talk so fast, I'm like, I have this beautiful agate like tray that I'm just going to be placing. A lot of these things you don't need to have in your spells, but for me, like all of these kind of represent boosting more of the energy that we already have. And when we're doing glamour magic, everything's just stunning, like it should be, right? Or just however your glamours need to be glamour. That's fine.
Hello?
I'm recording a video and Miles is right there.
Well, I know that now. I'm sorry.
Well, would you want to sit down or
So
something?
you good? You want to say hi?
Yeah, I'll just be quiet.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll just be quiet.
I
I'm
told you
bust-
let's hand it over.
I know what I'm working, so trying to get this done before I have to go to my psych appointment. Okay, you done?
Yeah.
For incense today, while we're burning, we'll cleanse everything and what we'll be burning while we do the spell. I have jasmine incense. Really, any type of incense that would go with your glamour. You could do a sandalwood vanilla, you could do a rose, you could do this is jasmine, you could do a lavender. Anything you want to use that you like. I really would like that goddess incense, but I can't find it anywhere. That would be my favorite and my go-to choice. And this also matches the scent. This is a jasmine and like white floral scent. This matches the scent of the oil. We can't have you come in another door. You go to the door. Okay, next up we have these spiny shells. These are going to be good for protection and more of the water energy, so we have some of those. If you don't have shells, that's totally fine, but I, as the sea and the siren of it all, I always have some sort of crazy shells. Same thing with these. They're like beautiful. There's an actual word for these and we have them on the website, but I cannot remember them for the life of me. We'll show them maybe on screen, we can add them. We have them listed online or used to. And then I've got these beautiful, what are these called? Urchins. We have these old fossilized urchins that I found in Holden Beach like a couple years ago when they were getting dredged up. These are like millions and millions and millions of years old. It's crazy. So I use these all the time when I'm doing my glamours. I love these. Bad. So we have 10 of those and we've tried to do everything kind of in 5s. I didn't have 5 of the aquamarine chunks because aquamarine is quite expensive. But I have 10 of the sea urchins and then 5 of the other different shells. So with that, I'm going to show you the herbs one by one, but like I said, you can replace them for specific things that you're looking to draw in. But what I am going to do first and foremost is light my incense just so I can get everything cleansed and moving as we go. And I also use incense a lot in spells as like a charging agent for as we continue to go. It's good for cleansing, but it's also boosting the energy of the specific thing that we're drawing in here. And this is gonna just sit in you could have an incense holder, but the hex ones are always my incense holders, okay? So now we're gonna wave my hands through this to get my hands prepped, and this is a pretty big, like, usually my colognes on the website are sold in like spray bottles, so they're easy to use, but I have this really big like jug that I'm gonna use to get my hands ready. If I was at home and like I wasn't at the studio, or this is my office, so I have shoes on, but the bottom of my feet would get it, the cologne, and a little bit of the back of your neck gets them as well. I am going to, yes, this is putting like handprints all over the mirror, but like we talk about locking mirrors, which we probably should make a whole video on that. I'm going to just kind of draw, not like a very watery heart, but I just drew a little heart in there. 1, cleansing and clearing the mirror, getting it prepped. This has got the cologne, so this is already spelled, has all of the elements that we wanted to kind of carry in with our Selkie. They're matching, it's the same spell. And I didn't want to make it super oily. So the base, she is prepped here. I'm gonna move some of these things aside. Siren for me always goes on the top near the incense, and then we are gonna create, you guys, I love a circle around my work. It really just ties together everything. It's like an energetic like barrier, if you will, and pulls everything that you're trying to do kind of just like in this one area and like up into the spell that you're doing. So I'm gonna put my shark on the other side of where Aphrodite is, she's right there. And then we're going to, this has to be here. So Aphrodite's over here, we have these circles, and then these are going to go around as well. This is kind of traditional. Think about like when people call corners or anything like that. While I don't do that, it does add to it. I'm gonna do the same thing with my, the way I can't think of the name of this, and it's just popped up. These sea urchins, and these are so beautiful glamour for glamours and change, but also like the eternal youth, and they're really, really good for, I said glamour already. While I am sitting on this side, I do want them to be kind of where. Same thing with these, but I'm gonna point these, like the pointy parts towards, so they're drawing energy in. And kind of make them equal to where they would be. Also, this is Cupid, so that's Euros. sick. I'm so excited about this. Like, I found this online and was like, yeah, you're coming with me, thank you. It's gonna be in our shoot. Imagine our little things in there. Oh my God, that's so cutesy. So now we've created our little energetic barrier. You don't have to do this part, but I like to, especially when we leave Glamours to like charge or push or anything throughout the day. This is, all of these things have their own energy. All of these things have their own spirit, and they have all of their own properties. So it's just kind of pulling from them rather than just all of your energy, which can be quite draining. Nexty, we are going to do a whole video on petitions, so we will do that a little bit later, but so maybe we can link it when we do this. It'll get updated later. I'm taking a piece of paper that we're going to turn into our petition paper and just waving it through the jasmine incense, and then we're going to rip all the man-made edges off. I'm going to do this quite quickly because, like I said, we will do a video later on how to do a petition, like in depth. Same thing with sigils or anything. And if you want to see any like 101s, just put them in the comments below and I can show you how to do. Okay, so now you're left with a little piece of paper. I made edges. I'm going to take a little bit of the Cologne. And just on the front and back, my hand's not like sopping wet, but you're going to mark both sides. Just get the paper a little bit damp. You don't want it to be soaking wet because then one, you won't be able to write on it, and two, it's not gonna work for later. The last bit of the spell is burning this. So you do want this to be kind of like not sopping wet. We're also going to take our Selkie oil and drag it around the outside of the petition paper. Just a little bit, like once again, you don't want it sopping wet. But you want the spell oil to be on here. Next, you would write your petition, and I'm gonna leave this blank because I don't need everybody knowing what I'm shedding, you know? I just don't need that. But the way that you would do it really broadly is you would say like, my name's Anastasia, shed, well, and there's also a spell that goes with this. I shed, but whatever it is, looking to draw in all of these things. Way first, talk about the things that you're shedding, you're leaving behind, that you're stripping, you're literally taking up off your body, because Selkies literally come out of their seal skin. Selkies come out of their seal skin, and then they come to land, and then that's when they're humans. And that's also when you're kind of vulnerable during that time, because they're oftentimes, did you know this, Dylan? Do you know anything about Selkies?
Nothing.
So sailors actually used to like wait till they found Selkies without their skin and they were like tanning or just hanging out, and they're in human form, and they would take their hide or their skin and they would like bind them to them, and they would have to hide it from them because they were super like, with their skin was kind of their power, would allow them to return back to the ocean. And Selkies within their own right, they have like their own energies and powers and stuff. So the sailors would keep them as like wives, have children, all of these things, and they would find their skin and immediately dip. They didn't care if they had kids with them, they would just like power and just up and leave that stuff. Okay, so you write your petition out, right, like right to left or left to right. You sign your name at the bottom, turn it, you sign your name over this 3 times, and then you're gonna fold your petition towards you. My leg is falling asleep, but you know what? We prevail. And you're gonna put that in the middle of what we're we're gonna do it in the middle of what we're doing here, because we're gonna make the herbal blend and then we'll get to burning. Actually, this technically this spell doesn't call for a herbal blend. But I had all the herbs here because I wanted to give you guys options. It's also, I just wanted this to kind of be just the oil and then the burning ritual of the skin. So we'll go through these one by one like we were gonna make the herbal blend. Maybe we still do.
Yeah, why not?
But then, okay. Okay. But then it might be confused. Whatever, give a fuck. There's 2 options. You can do this a bunch of different ways. So we'll put the Selkie over here to the side. I first have dandelion root. All of these things and herbs are ocean herbs, the element wise, and then they're going to be good for shedding skin, and then also either drawing in glamour, beauty, and or strength, or speeding things up. So they all have their own little properties. I'm going to say this with every herb. Unfortunately, I love them all. Dandelion root is so juicy. They all are. I do have myrtle leaf. I've been obsessed with myrtle leaf recently. We just did this for an exclusive for Black Friday, so I've just been really attached to it, and it's very Venus coated. So perfect. Ginger root, this is gonna be for power and for heating things up. If you wanted a gentle, more gentle herb, I would probably go with peppermint here, but this is very hot. And well, obviously I'm putting these in really quickly. You're gonna activate each herb, put them down, all of these kind of things. If you want to grind these up, put your molcajete or mortar and pestle if you would like to ground them up as you dress this candle. And if you want to do candle work, I would do white, blue, and or silver and gold for this kind of thing, but that's entirely up to you. You could just use a white candle, chime candle, anything. I have a goddess statue over here. We have chamomile. I like chamomile for change, but it's kind of soft too. It's good for luck in the change that you're going through, and it's pretty supportive herb. Next up is jasmine, which jasmine in this spell is one of my favorites. It's just this, I have it as the scent of this oil. It's so good. It's great for glamours and beauty, but also good for the gentleness that like you might need while you're like shedding, being kind to yourself. Can be also I love it when I do cleansings and then I do jasmine afterwards. It just has a really beautiful like light energy. Next up, ooh, butterfly pea would be great in this. I don't have butterfly pea here right now. It's great for transformation and change. Yeah, I would probably put a sprig of that. I do have lotus. Yeah. Heather. It's Venus Day. Hello. And then you put a little. And then I'm gonna do 5 rosebuds. Five rosebuds. And then on top of all of that, you're going to do 5 drops of the Selkie. So, the actual spell that you can chant over this, I did put on Patreon. If not, you totally can make up your own spell. That's beautiful. This is so pretty. Sorry. This is literally so pretty. Ooh, you can see my... This we're gonna set aside because I would dress this candle, dress this... I guess I'll do it for TikTok too. Dress your candles with the oil if you're going to do the herbal blend portion. Make sure everything's rubbed on there. And then I would grind this up and then put the powder all over the candle. But because I wanted to show you guys a slightly different version. Also warm up those oils before you put them. It smells so good. I put a different scent in mine because I'm fake, but y'all's is jasmine scent. I put pomegranate in mine because I really wanted to. I have this little, we'll put her over here. I have this little bowl. Usually, you know, I love a deep bowl. I couldn't find one, and that's fine. And normally we do a fireproof dish. Obviously, if you're gonna like this, I am going to pour a layer. And here's the thing of the mirror. It's reflective, the glamour. I just love a mirror. Okay, I'm going to put a full vial of the Selkie oil, but I'm gonna drop it in the shape of a heart. It's not gonna stay a heart because it's gonna move around, but this all, let me put this here, and you know what, let me see. Oh. Our petition has been underneath the charging of this, so it's charging it with the version of whatever you're looking to get rid of, shed. It's charged under here. We do have to pull the petition out. This is the main portion of the spell, is the petition. And I pray we don't have any fire alarms in here. I don't think so. So you're gonna take the petition that you wrote earlier. It's got the oil, it's got everything on it. You could, if you don't want to keep it underneath there, you could bury this on within these herbs on your altar for 24 hours and then take it out. And the next day do this. But you're gonna burn your petition because you're shedding that old skin. I need to be very careful. Please do this with tweezers or tongs or something. I don't have any, so you know. You're gonna let this burn and fall into the ash, into this, into the cologne you have here. And please, if you're making this cologne yourself, because they're usually very alcohol based, put more water than alcohol based when you do this, because you don't want like just to go up in flames. But I do like this releasing ritual because it's empowering. You're burning away all of your stuff. I really should have like I'm scared to hold this. Please do this with tongs. I don't have tongs here. If you could, or if you're holding this flame or something, like you just need to make sure you're doing it safely. But okay, picture this is all burnt up. And you're gonna want this to go in here. This would be all ash, right? You throw your ash in here. I would let this like swirl around for a little bit more there, because this isn't a deep enough dish. If this was a deeper dish, you could see how the ash kind of settles and you read it like you would read like a candle wax or the oil on it would maybe give you a little bit of picture, but you kind of have to like meditate and disassociate over it. So you're not like, oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? Like, I want to see while you're like really kind of in a meditative state. Also, while you're burning the petition, what you're chanting and or praying or meditate, whatever the word you'd like to use, the spell over it. Now this, don't take this to a running thing of water. Lots of people are like, release it to water. Don't do that. It's not good to the environment. You could just put this, strain out. If it was fully ash, you could put it down your drain and then follow it up with a little like Florida water or something. But this didn't burn all the way because I'm scared to burn my fingers and I would have like a little tweezer. So this, I would strain it out. The liquid would go down my drain, followed by a little bit of Florida water, and then the ash would go into the trash. Take the trash out and go. Bye, you're done. It's off of you. Also, you can, with this herbal blend, like burn down your petition. With this herbal blend, you can take a bath with this. You get out, air dry. You can put this, it's safe for hair, skin, and nails, so you can continue to wear this on your skin with your lotions. It's beautiful. I love her. And if you do a spell jar of this, you go ahead and I would just like weekly kind of like shake it or pray over it while you're still adding this on either daily or weekly onto your body, hair, skin, and nails. So it doesn't matter if you want to put it on your hair, put it in with your lotion or anything like that. But that is your Selkie Glamour spell. Releasing, shedding, renewing. You know? Thanks for being here. If you want to see a different spell, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Or if you want any one-on-one or if you want any witchcraft 101s, let me know and I can come in and show you guys like how to do those. The petitions, sigils, dressing candles, anything like that. Candle colors. Let me know. Thanks for being here. See you guys next time.